Good morning, loners. How are we all doing today? Bad. Me too. So today I bring to you the highly requested video that no one has asked for, which is a week of my workout. As we know, I am very much ripped, built, and just absolutely hench, and all of you guys want to be exactly like me. So, Monday. We rise and shine and wake up at 7 a.m. because I like to start my day early. First of all, I like to start off my day with some activation. Personally, I do find this very helpful. I know some people say that it's not. I think it helps with mind and the glute focus. You know, just get things going, get things warmed up and moving. So I would recommend. I think it really helps with my focus in general. Is this scientifically proven to work? I don't know. Placebo effect? Maybe. Then we get going with the first exercise of the day, which for leg day is basically always some squats. So you get ready, you lift the weight and you squat down. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't understand squats, you're probably in the wrong place. It's pretty simple. There's not much to explain. You just bend Now this I superset with some jump squats because I need to get my heart rate up. We're not being lazy, and I do 3 sets of 10. Then we move on to the second exercise of the day, which for me is lunges and should be for you too. So what we do, first of all, warm up a little bit, then I like to go and add on the weight. I use the same one I use for squatting, 30 kgs. I don't really care about weight, it's more about the form and how you do things. After you've done the normal lunges, I have a triset of 3 lunge variations. I know, how fun and exciting, isn't it? We have Russian, Bulgarian, whichever one it is, split squats, which is basically lunges. I don't know why they call them squats. Then second exercise, I just did some very stable jump squats. And from this, I moved on to some stair lunge squat side things. I don't know what they're called, but they're quite good. Now, moving on to the last exercise of the leg day, we have some thrusts. Very basic, very simple, and hands down, thrusts are probably the most effective way to grow your glutes and to actually feel the muscle. Now, as you can see, I have not changed my weight. Number one, because I'm too lazy to change the weight, and number two, because I only have a towel. I don't really want to crush my ovaries. Now, moving on to day 2, we have some upper body. In particular, we have back. Personally, I don't like to train back at all. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Personally, I do intuitive training and I train what I want when I want. So firstly, I started off with a very random circuit of a few exercises. And moving on to the machine, firstly, we have what I call wide grip pull downs. And they're exactly what I said they are. And then you go and switch into close grip pulley downs, which is basically the same as if you were doing some pull-ups on a normal bar, but it's also completely a different thing. And yet again, may I say, this was in a superset of 3 sets of 10. Now then, moving on to back rows. I think I do these really badly, and for that reason, I don't like to do them ever. You can choose between the double grip. I personally don't like it because I feel like I swing, so I don't do that. I prefer to do them single-handed. It gives you more mind and muscle connection and focus. Then we move on to pull down version 2, which is, I think these are lat pull downs. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Tough. I take the bar and you pull it down, but instead of bending your arms, you pull it straight down. Yet again, do 3 sets of 10 because that's how far I can count. Day number 3, we have another upper body day. Why? Because I felt like it. Even though people are probably going to be like, you shouldn't do 2 upper bodies in consecutive days because that's going to kill your gains. Rhymes. No. So I started with a very simple warm-up, get your blood flowing, and then I did some push-ups as the first exercise because I do really like to incorporate some body weight exercises, especially if you don't have weights at home, then it's perfect. And so I did some push-ups, then I did some up downs. Then moving on to the first exercise with weights, I did some bicep curls. Now, I can already see the comments in front of me, people saying, oh my god, lift less. Oh my god, she's swinging it. Thank you for your concern. I do slightly swing, but I literally cannot swing any less unless I'm basically holding 0 weight. So, and then I superset that with basically 0 weighted hammer curls. Now, after I've done 3 sets of 10s of biceps, we move on to training shoulders. Here's me trying to sit up the bench and miserably failing. So instead of doing seated shoulder presses, I had to do them standing up, which is not very good for form because your back is gonna, you know, it might arch and you might swing more. So I wanted to sit down, but I couldn't. So we're gonna have to get over that fact, and I did them standing up. And then I superset these with some lateral raises, which I think I raised a little bit too high. Maybe I'm just too strong, you know what I mean? Can't always win them. And actually this was a tricep because I also did lateral raises but horizontal. No, it was a quadriset. Even is there a thing? Because I threw in some shrugs, which I don't normally do because I was just gonna build my neck, and as we know, I already have a humongous neck and we do not need to bulk it anymore. Now after shoulders, we move on and do some triceps. And that's what I did some triceps, tricep lower, raising the weight. Then I do single arm tricep extensions to the back. As you can see, you do them with rotation. Rotation is key. Rotate. I feel these most in my tricep. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, what else are you gonna feel in your Baba Booey? And then, you know me, I had to make this one a triset also because I cannot do anything simple, so I trisetted it with some dips, tricep dips, and I think I might go a little too quick, but you know what, that's what he said. We move on to doing chest. Yes, we are doing every single body part in the upper body today. Now, the situation and theory here was that I'm going to do some bench presses on the bench with the barbell. However, I was alone. I had no one to spot me, and this creates quite the danger with the squat rack and the Smith machine all in one that we have, because you really cannot lift the weight off. So quickly I had to give up or else I was gonna die. So instead I went and used the dumbbells, which were not heavy enough, but what can you do? And yes, I did also superset these with close grip tricep bench presses as well. Okay, next up we're moving on to leg day number 2. I started with activation, same as the other one, so I didn't feel like including it, and we yet again started with squats. I supersetted these normal squats with another squat variation, these squat pull-throughs I like to call them. And actually this was a triset, so I lied yet again, and I finished each of them off with a 30-second wall sit. Now this leg day is more quad focused rather than the hamstring and glutes like the other one was, so I did some walking lunges forwards instead of backwards because this does more for the quads than the glutes, unlike the other way around. Then I also hit some deadlifts because I physically cannot do a leg day without doing any deadlifts. That's just how life works. Then the next day I went running, and I went running the day after that too. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to explain to you how to run. Bruh. 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 And then last day of the week, admittedly, I did not feel like working out. So what did I do? I went and worked out. However, I did what I felt like doing, which was something more fun and simple. So I instead just did some deadlifts. I worked my way up from 30 to 60 kgs, did however many sets and reps I wanted to, and that was a whole workout, deadlifts.